Okay, looks like we're live. And we're going to be doing some more Pokemon battling. This time I will be using a team that I have not done a ton of practice with, but it is a real team. So bear with me here because I have the 6 Pokemon that I want to experiment with. But I'm going to have to pull up my EV spreads I was using earlier. I don't have those to pull up on the stream. They're on my phone, so bear with me here. All right. So this is, in my opinion, a pretty degenerate team, mostly in the sense that we're just using like the most popular Pokemon. So this is like literally the top usage Pokemon right here, these 4. And then we have Mega Froslass or Mega Aerodactyl. Oops, did not mean to say empty the slot. Give an item to hold. Okay. But the reason we're using this team today is because I have not actually really used some of these Pokemon. So I figured to get some practice in, why not just use the team that has the 4 most popular guys? I can get some practice using them, and then I can understand them a little bit better and see if they fit on other teams that I've made. Now, I was looking at the typical version of this team, and there are some pretty big differences. One being that I'm not running the bulky version of a lot of these guys. So our Pokemon will probably hit harder, but probably won't be able to take as many hits. I do want to use a different Garchomp here. So this is the Garchomp I've been using. He's jolly. He's pretty offensive. The one Pokemon I did make kind of bulky was this Garchomp, which he isn't bulky right now, but we'll fix that right quick here. Okay. So I had 22. I might even adjust this on the fly a little bit because I don't think I had the sliders. Okay. I'm okay with that. Okay. And the rest goes into the bulk. And we got to change this moveset for sure. So we need a Rock Slide for the Charizards. And oh, I did want to try out, I didn't get a chance to use this in testing or anything, but everyone's going on about Scale Shot, so we're going to try that out today. Okay, looks good to me. Notoriously, I do usually mess up my teams a little bit, so I'm going to try to avoid that if possible here. Give an item to hold. Not when I make my teams for you guys to use, but when I run into the ladder with a new team, I usually like forget an item or a move or something like that. Okay. Last time I was experimenting with King Gambit, I ran him very fast. I don't think I'm going to do that this time. I do like this moveset though. Everything else looks good to me. Oh yeah. So I've been using Rock Tomb on Sneasler, but because we don't really have like a immediately amazing Floette matchup, I am going to switch to Dire Claw. On my Charizard teams, you can kind of just handle Floette with Charizard usually. Oh, this is not the right Froslass. Okay, hang on a second. I forgot. One funny thing that happened is I imported a Pokemon from home, and I think in the original like 6 Pokemon they gave me, one of them was a Froslass, so I actually have a Pokemon Champions Froslass that I guess I have permanently here. And then this is the one that's like a imported Froslass, so I am interested to see if this has a title. Oh, it does. Froslass the Cloud Watcher. That's kind of cool. I guess if I want to run a different set, I'll keep that in mind because I do actually enjoy the titles. Let's see if these guys have titles here. Yeah, he should have his. I've been using him. Okay. So yeah, a few of these Pokemon have already been on the ranked ladder from previous games, I'm assuming, and this is basically it. We're going to try this out. I want to try to do at least like 5 games with these guys, maybe more if it goes really well. And then I've got Charizard here in case things aren't going so hot. And Blastoise I would not mind tinkering with a little bit, but we'll see. I don't know exactly how long I'm going to play for. I streamed yesterday. I want to get back into the habit of streaming without overthinking it too much, so let's see here. I'm still worried that I like messed something up though. Okay, Jolly Basculegion, Jolly Sneasler, Adamant Garchomp, Adamant Kingambit, Timid Froslass, and Jolly. Okay, it looks good. I guess we'll find out. All right, Scizor is actually pretty good into this squad, I would say. And I'm really not used to actually facing Scizor and having him be kind of threatening, so this will be kind of new. One weird thing is this guy's got a ton of potential megas. 4 of these Pokemon are very viable megas, which is pretty hilarious. Yeah, Scizor is looking tough, not gonna lie. Let's lead Basculegion, Froslass. Is it Basculegion, Froslass? Maybe it's actually Sneasler, Froslass? Bask in the back, and then who do we want to be our last Pokemon? I'll bring Garchomp. I guess we'll find out if they end up bringing Meganium. I don't think this is a great one. If they bring the Scizor and it's a Mega Scizor, I think it'll be tough. Okay. Okay. I'm going to Veil and immediately fake out on Aerodactyl. This is pretty hard. I mean, these guys both can heavily damage our guys. Interesting that they're going to use Mega on Aerodactyl. Scissor's still a threat, but definitely good to know that he's not their Mega. Not that Aerodactyl is like completely non-threatening to us, because he is. Okay. It's just Bullet Punch. Oh, it's not Bullet Punch. I have no idea what he's using then. Swords Dance? Okay, that's scary. I'll bring in Garchomp. No, let me see. I mean, this is a tough position. I guess I'm going to Blizzard and switch Garchomp on this slide, because you're either going to dual Wing Beat or Rock Slide plus Bullet Punch. And this covers for dual Wing Beat a lot better. Yeah, that's a one-shot. Okay. We might lose this for sure then. Okay. I looked at this team earlier. I don't think this is a perfect team by any means. But I looked at this earlier and it did not look like it wanted to face Scissor, like ever. Okay, we'll protect and I mean, they're probably just going to protect, if I'm being honest. I'm going to go for the damage into the Scissor. Okay. It's still pretty bad, not gonna lie. Okay. So at this point, I think all we can really do is hope that they miss with Aerodactyl. Which is not a fun win condition, but we just led. I don't even know if we led bad. I think the team fundamentally it has a weakness to Scissor, which is not a very high usage Pokemon. I actually looked at this earlier and was very highly considering putting Incineroar on the team because of that. Okay. Well, we got double speed on Sneasler now. And maybe if we had enough of these scale shots, we can do something here. Okay, that was a crit. I was going to say that was a lot. Come on, hit one more. Okay. Well, we broke through the seemingly impossible lead that they had for us. Okay, they got Sharp, Pedo, and Como-O. Guess it just comes down to how fast your guys are, because everyone on the field has speed boosts. I mean, Garchomp's probably the slowest one here. Interesting. I mean, if Garchomp doesn't move next, we're in pretty big trouble. Yeah. And then they're going to get a speed boost. Defense Fell is good, though. And yeah, we had the Aurora Veil still, too. Okay. I do think we have to knock out Sharpedo, which means that we're forced to Aqua Jet. Because I'm pretty sure that this guy is going to be... oh, he's got a speed boost, though. Speed boost plus Tailwind. Doesn't sound great. Okay. Single target Clinging Scales. If we happen to live... which I don't think we can, especially after Rough Skin. I guess the best option last turn, Pro Luke. Hi, I just wanted to tell you that I love your videos. The teams of yours are creative and so helpful. Plus, I like your calm voice, so keep going. I will. We're in the middle of experimenting with a team that I wouldn't say is super creative. But definitely wanted to try it out just to kind of get more familiar with some of these more commonly used Pokemon that I really don't use on my teams that often. But there are some Pokemon that I am interested in using that are probably a bit more niche. Alright, this is a little scary. It's got some familiar faces on it as well. I guess Froslass is pretty decent. Mostly because it can't be faked out. It's just a lot of general things that are making this tough, I would say. So my thought process is use Sneasler to try to slow them down with their setup. Froslass can set up an Aurora Veil to make it harder for Blastoise to sweep, and depending on who they're leading, maybe we just go nuts with Blizzard. Setting up our own Tailwind would be nice, but it just seems hard considering we're not Focus Sash on this guy. Let's grab our Basculegion. Pro Luke says, I'm trying to build something with Scissor and Ceruledge. Scissor seems like a pretty good anti-Metamon. Like, this squad I'm using are all super high usage, and it really couldn't answer him. That being said, I could have and should have probably just put Incineroar on this team, maybe over the Garchomp? I'm not sure. So I'm going to use Fake Out on Blastoise because I'm a Jolly Sneasler, and I don't want to get hit with a Dark Pulse without setting a Veil. If they're Jolly as well, then they could stop the Fake Out and we'll probably be in pretty big trouble, but I know that, yeah, they want a Speed Tie. So it's not looking good for us today. I'm gonna Shadow Ball and Close Combat Blastoise. If he Water Spouts, I think we're gonna live. No, we don't. Yeah, I mean, we just lost on 50-50 lead there. Wasn't anything I could do about it. Don't usually forfeit that quick, but I quite literally did the exact same play they did, and they just... It was a very volatile turn one. Nothing I could really do about it. Let me look at the team one more time. Yeah, it doesn't really have anything for Blastoise outside of that. I don't feel bad about that loss. Outside of just the team and the way it is, there was nothing we could really do. It'd be one thing if I was running Adamant Sneasler and I, you know... Thanks, Luke. Yeah, have a good night. Maybe there will be some battles worth watching when you get up in the morning. Plan on playing for a little bit, but we're running into some bad ones here. And maybe it's my own practice with the team a little bit, because like I said, I played like 5 or 6 games with this team on Showdown earlier. But Showdown is like wacko teams right now. What am I going to do to these guys? Let's go Aerodactyl. Basque. Sneasler. Gambit. Okay. So here I'm pretty okay with Mega Aerodactyl, Dual Wing beat Serena, and Flip Turn on the Delphox. Not too much of a punish here. So even if you, you know, protect Delphox, expecting me to Flip Turn off of Delphox, I can still just knock out Serena. Yeah. So that's fine. All right. Well, just as easy as we lost the last one, we win this one. So we got one in the win column here. I will say one problem with teams like this is that everyone has seen these guys a million times. Sushi Main says, how do we feel about Mega Delphox since launch? My first team I used in Champions was Mega Delphox, and I did like it at the time. I haven't really used it since then, so I guess I'm not sure how it fits into things currently, but I thought it felt pretty solid when we were, you know, first launching Champions, and I thought it was a really good Garchomp partner. I faced a team like this earlier, and I led Gambit Froslass, which seems fine. Definitely want Basculegion. Sneasler is really bad into Aegislash. Garchomp, he's pretty bad into... Aerodactyl's actually really bad into Prim as well. This is a mixed bag. Could have went with Garchomp or Aerodactyl here, and I kind of wish it was Garchomp if I'm being honest. Okay. So it's probably Mega Aerodactyl, right? I'm just gonna rip a Blizzard and Kowtow. I don't know. Opening ourselves up to... they don't Mega. Are they just gonna Wide Guard maybe? Oh, Tailwind. Okay. That's okay. Especially since you're probably just going to Calm Mind on this first turn. Okay, it's not Mega here. Okay, that's a little scary. We do have the Basculegion in the back, though. Okay. And I think we just have to keep going after this guy and throwing out the potential of a freeze on the Primarina. Okay. I don't mind that. I think this will bring him down to about half, depending on how he's trained. Oh, wow. Okay, wait, no. King Gambit might not... Oh, okay, okay. I think I was correct then. Because 34% without the crit is probably about 50-ish. Nice. Oh, okay. Last resort. And I'll take that. Let's Aurora Veil and protect. No fake out? No fake out. Wow. Might have been able to really damage that guy. Okay. This is pretty tough, if I'm being honest. Just because the very last turn, it's always going to be best if we can heavily damage Incen, but I'd rather do some chip into Prim. Okay. So this is tough because Basculegion, we want to obviously hit that Pokemon. Well, I guess we're behind Aurora Veil, right? So I think Rock Slide plus Last Respects is pretty reasonable. With that being said, Sash looks pretty good on this guy right now. And that was an option, but I decided to go with the Scarf instead. But I think with the Aurora Veil, we could take like a Darkest Lariat or whatever, assuming we don't get crit. Oh, they don't protect. Well, I like that. I guess from their perspective, it's like, are you just going to one-shot Incen? And we'd get the flinch. It doesn't matter. Unless we just missed... no, it doesn't matter. Last Respects is going to nuke. Alright, we're actually even right now. So, funnily enough, that was a game that I saw earlier. Or not a game. That was a team that I ran into when I was playing Showdown earlier. Okay. We're 2-2, but we lost way more points than we gained. Because I was at like 1999. Okay. Is Sneasler actually worthwhile because of the... Garchomp just seems better. Wait, was that the YouTuber Princess Diana? I don't know. Did you see the name, or was it just the team? Because it might have just been a team that's popular. Alright, let's just try to deal some big damage to this guy here. Oh, I didn't think about this. The low kick is going to come in after the... Okay. Kind of expected that, but as long as I actually hit my moves, I'm not too mad about it. Okay. Stamina up. Okay, pretty healthy amount there. Okay. The name and the design of the character is the same. Could be. I'd have to go back and watch. Actually, I guess you can probably go back and watch and check it out and tell us. Or maybe you already did. Yeah, double check. That'd be cool. I don't run into that many YouTubers. This is a pretty obvious play, so protect leftovers would be pretty smart here, but if they want to run away and, you know, try to get hardcore knockout here, yeah, they're going to protect. Let's see. Yep. Makes sense. Okay. So I'm going to go for another Blizzard. Actually, maybe not. Maybe we leave this Sableye in. And Shadow Ball. And Sucker Punch again. Curious to see how much this will do. I also don't mind leaving Sableye in. Okay, yeah, so they're going to try to keep him, switch him out so they don't have to worry about that. Oh, right. Yeah. Okay, we are keeping it low. I guess it just kind of comes down to if you can take a last respects or not. I completely forgot about the Sinistra. I don't know if I would have played it too much differently. Okay. Life do, I would suspect here. I guess if I, oh, they got the Shadow Berry. Or the, yeah, double up into the trash bag would have been pretty good there. Let's do that again. Let's do both of these again. I mean, he's got so many defense boosts, I actually probably should have just KO'd the Sinistra if I could have. Yeah, I think we're going to lose this one. With my Charizard team, I would have known how to approach this. Because I do know this is Cybertron's team, but I don't have too many punishes for this. See how much last respects does. Nothing. Literally nothing. Okay. Okay. That would have been nice like 100 turns ago. But at this point... Yeah, I should have just switched Garchomp out. That would have been a really good play. Okay. Yeah, man, I don't think we're done for. It just depends on what they end up doing. So I'm gonna maybe... They really don't have to protect, if I'm being honest. But I think I have the best odds of winning if they go for like protect and switch in Sinistra. I think this Sableye has Quash, so they could just go for like an offensive thing here. Uh-huh. Yeah, with the special defense drop, we actually could have just KO'd that guy, I would say. But now we're, well, we missed Scale Shot too. Yeah, that's really going to seal the deal, I would say. Because then, yeah, I mean, it didn't matter. We kind of needed to double up on this guy. Okay, we can get out of here. Alright, so my goal was to play 5 games with these guys, which I've done. And I would say overall, pretty unimpressed with the latter results. So let's go over to Charizard here. Only problem is I did just change my Sneasler, so we're gonna have to change him back. And then everything else should have been untouched because this is a different Garchomp, right? I think so. Okay. How you doing? Jabba the Hutt says hi. We're doing okay. I was testing out a new team and was not something I had a ton of experience with, so I wasn't super feeling it because some of the more niche things I was running into were definitely pretty annoying. Yeah. Sushi main, exactly. The arc just kind of sits there and powers up. A team like this could handle it because it's got like Whimsicott with Encore and stuff, so they can't really just get away with murder. This is interesting because your only Mega is the Pepper guy, who doesn't really care for Charizard, but the rest of the team hates Charizard with a burning passion, I would say. Let's... Dang, I should have thought about this a little bit more. I'm going into this with very little thought, if I'm being honest. I just was reacting to the chat way too much. And this is a team that probably... I mean, Rain, I really don't like the Rain matchup for Zard, if I'm being honest. It's not like the end of the world, but it always feels like a pain. Okay. So I'm going to assume maybe that they are Scarf on Cleavor and just try to blow him up. Let's see if I'm right. Then again, I don't know how fast Cleavor gets. Maybe max speed Cleavor is faster than my Charizard. I feel like he's not. He could be. This could be a misplay, guys. And if he's not Scarf, then we're good anyway, but all right, let's see what we got going on here. Mega. We missed somebody. Who's Peps? Please tell me that that's the little pepper guy. Oh yeah, that makes a lot of sense actually. Okay. They are faster. They missed though. Holy cow. Well, that was brutal. Yeah, that's pretty brutal. For them, obviously. How fast is Cleavor? I think we should check that. Oh, so Jolly Cleavor goes to 150 speed. So they were running Jolly Cleavor. Makes sense. And we've got to switch out of this, right? Let's go into Whims. And I'll just slam another Icy Wind. Okay, cool. Oh, okay, that's not good. I see what they're doing. Surprised they didn't do that. No, that makes sense actually. That was a good sequence. Okay. Yep. We'll Moonblast King Gambit, and we'll switch into Garchomp. Hopefully we don't get a special attack drop. $88 to $56. Okay. And that's a clean 2-hit. A little scary. Let's Encore. And I'll just protect for now. Okay. I guess we're in kind of the same position though. Only thing is that they can't really get around us earthquaking unless Sucker Punch just one-shots Garchomp, which maybe it does because mine isn't super bulky. They go after Whimsicott. So I'm okay taking the burn here. Oh. I mean, everyone's so low now that even if you get... I actually should have thought about this a little bit more. Because he dies if he hits Garchomp. So what I'm going to actually do is switch into Zoroark. And Rock Slide's greedy, I guess, but it covers for Protect. Cool. Okay. Yep, they're just going to keep peeling off a Garchomp there. I mean, it's a little dicey, but we'll switch Zarden and Dragon Claw. Now, he could force us to play in the rain permanently if he knocks out Garchomp here. But even then, I don't think it's over, but it probably would be if they played it correctly. We also have pressure here with Zoroark, so it's like, do you switch and just knock out Garchomp? Meanwhile, Zoroark could like blow up your last two Pokemon essentially. Oh, they might go for it. But they might be going for the last ditch effort KO on Zoroark instead. Okay, that is what they did. That's good for us. That means we could switch out Charizard and still be in the sun if we want to. Okay, cool. Give me 1 second. I'll be back very quickly. Okay, we're back. Yeah, reflecting on that team, obviously the stone... Oh, getting kicked out here. Obviously the stone axe was a big problem. We would have lost on the spot. I didn't know how fast Cleavor was. Okay. Let's check our recruits, because I did that around this time yesterday, right? Kind of want to check the regular one, though. Has anyone seen any shinies from these? Because I have not seen one yet. Another Sinistra could be interesting. But I do like my build on Sinistra pretty... Well, I guess, yeah, I'll grab another one just in... No, I have one at home. I don't need any of these guys, though. And I already have 2 Garchomps, who is by far the most useless or useful Pokemon here. I guess I'll just take this guy temporary in case it gives me some extra points or something. Okay. Gotta read my mail. Okay, let's get back in. Aye. Yeah, Venusaur is volatile. Definitely. So does Rourke give us an edge here? I'm not so sure it does. I think I'm going to try to go fast, and then I'll bring Sneasler in the back. Okay. I'm going to rip a Heat Wave and immediately Tailwind. If you have a Rock move on Sneasler, I usually can live it. If you fake out Whimsicott, I'd still rather get the Heat Wave off. If you fake out Charizard, I'd still rather get the Tailwind off. So that's my thought process here. It is pretty aggressive. If they like fake out Charizard and Brave Bird, I guess that would be pretty bad. Okay, so we're going to get a fat Heat Wave off here. Is that Focus Sash? Okay. Fair enough. Okay. So the question is, do you Encore the Sneasler? Or do you match the Tailwind? I'm inclined to match the Tailwind, because if they switch out, it could be pretty bad if we don't ever get Tailwind up. It's definitely a unique version of Charizard, I'll give him that. Okay. Well, our Sneasler in the back looks pretty good here. I guess they could send out Garchomp right now. It's Venusaur. Okay. Yeah, I don't mind that. In fact, not only do I not mind it, I'm going to make a hard call on the Protect on Venusaur and get my double speed with my Mental Herb use. I'm going to use up my Mental Herb with the close combat. Yeah. Okay. This is their last turn of Tailwind. They're in big trouble. And the sun's going to end soon too. And they need it more than I do. It's not supposed to take this line to communicate. My internet seems to be fine. Our streaming connection is fine, so hopefully no issues. I'll tell you guys what I want to do. Now they could protect on either Pokemon and attack with the other one, but I am actually more interested in trying to knock out the Venusaur, especially since I have Garchomp in the back, who outspeeds Charizard and can hit with a Rock Slide. So let's go Heat Wave and Rock Tomb on Venusaur. Break the Sash, slow him down, and hit with a Heat Wave. They could just double protect to get rid of our Tailwind, but then they're kind of in the same spot. So you're probably better off protecting one. I suppose Venusaur is more threatened right now, but Charizard is your Mega and your main damage source. But to be fair, like, if you Heat Wave and protect Venusaur, this is a very good turn for you. We could have split our damage, but the Venusaur is still just very fast. That's the other reason why I don't think they're going to do it. I'm leaning more towards attacking the Venusaur. Okay, cool. They don't protect either one, by the way. Okay. So now we just need to land a Rock Tomb or a Rock Slide on Charizard. If we lose our Sneasler, it's going to be the Rock Slide. Okay, we do lose our Sneasler, but he already did his job. Sunlight's gonna fade. Tailwind's over. And now Jolly Garchomp's coming in here. So I'm I don't even think we have to go for Rock Slide. I'm just going to go Dragon Claw so I don't miss. Obviously, these types of endgame optimization things, you can only make these sort of calls if you're so far ahead that you don't have to go for your most powerful move, but yeah, I don't know. This guy must have like not have been happy about. Maybe it was the turn I got the close combat off and boosted my speed. I think he's just like out of here. You can just forfeit though. You can always just forfeit. Unfortunately though, if we don't get the KO with the Dragon Claw, we're gonna have to wait through this again. Oh, cool, cool. Okay, the game recognized what was happening. Alright, we're over 2,000 again. Let's keep going. Frostblast team put us -1. We went 2-3 with Froslass. We're 2-0 with Charizard. Okay. So let's see if we can get these guys now. I don't know what type of Basque is on this team. Yes. Sushi means this time further on back. Let's see if my claims were correct. I said that we should be able to handle this. We should be able to at least handle the Archaludon pretty good, I would think. That's the thing. When you're trying to test out teams and you don't know your lines, it's not great. Okay. Yeah, let's attack Arch. Okay. So yeah, they obviously they think we have a Charizard here who's about to use his Mega. Oh, special defense spell is nasty actually. Okay, and they're going to Electro Shot probably Charizard or Zoroark. That does one-shot though, which I'm kind of surprised by. Yeah, this position should be pretty good. I mean, they could really bend. It's not a very good move, but they could quash. No, yeah, they could quash Charizard and then attack him with like Dragon Pulse or something at +1. That would be pretty bad. But then you're gonna let the rain stay up. There's a lot of things you could go for. I just want to slam the Sableye or a Pelipper who might be switching in with Moonblast. And Arch should drop to Heat Wave whether the rain is up or not. Oh, right. Oh god, I forgot about the Sinistcha again. Oh wait, but they're in the sun. Okay, wait, they're just gonna get blown up unless we miss Heat Wave. Yeah, I was thinking through. I didn't specifically think about the Okay, that's fine. Okay. Yep, that's fine too. Okay, so now we can Encore Arch. And it's like, do we want to bring Garchomp in? I don't think we do. Ah, maybe we do. Yeah. Oh, interesting. Okay. I'm gonna Moonblast, Pelipper, and Rock Slide. Okay. Not a ton, but we did have. And we flinched Pelipper. I like that. What was he going for, though? I'm going to get Zard in. And Rock Slide again. If they go Rain Dance here, they'll be pretty goated for that, not gonna lie. Okay. Hurricane, I think, is what, 50% in the sun? He's got Citrus. Yeah, he lands it though. Dang it. Critical hit. Okay, we might not make it through. That's really unfortunate. I would have loved to have that health on Zard. Okay. Okay. Yeah, we might end up losing this, actually. They can just Dragon Pulse Guard Chomp, I suppose. We messed up somewhere in the middle there for sure. And I'm going to break my sash here. Okay. We should take this. Okay, I'm going to go Rock Slide into Moonblast. Protector Flinch is looking really good here. Okay. Not enough. Who'd they go after, though? Yeah, that sucks. Oh, yeah. Do we live this? Of course we do. We're Guard Chomp. Haban actually, I think, saves the day here. So we can Moonblast Arch and Dragon Claw Pelipper. Yeah, I think we were able to, oh, he's got the Roselli Berry, though, obviously. We did damage this guy for a while, though. Okay, he's going to live it. I feel like there's got to be a guaranteed win here somewhere. I think the answer is doubling up Sableye and turning this into a 2v1 and permanently playing in the sun. That makes the most sense by far to me. So you can quash one person and knock them out, but we still get rid of Sableye. And then as long as we don't like miss Overheat, plus whoever else is here to help deal the damage. Oh, actually we're going to get 2 attacks off here. Cool. So we'll knock out the Whimsicott, or we're going to knock out Sableye with Whimsicott, and then we'll get a Dragon Claw into Arch. And I think now it's definitely guaranteed, because with whatever remaining damage you have from here, yeah, you can't take another Dragon Claw even with a defense boost. And you are going to go after Whimsicott. Alright guys, it got pretty sloppy, but I told you we could beat this team with Charizard. There we go. Yeah, I got real sloppy there for a minute. Yeah, that mid game was questionable. Dang, they got wide guard on everything over here. Charizard looks so good, though. The Delphox is obviously scary. Who do I want Zoroark to pretend to be? I think Whimsicott probably be kind of scary for them. Maybe Sneasler? But Sneasler is looking pretty bad in this guy's team, actually. Yeah, we'll fake Whimsicott. We'll fake the Tailwind. Actually, Farigiraf would have been really cool too, because they have their own for Whimsicott. Okay. This is reasonable for us. Yeah, I'm just going to go right after Delphox. Might not be the play. I'm not sure exactly how much Serena can hurt us. I mean, maybe if your Scarf U-turn is probably your play. I don't know. I know it gets grass and ice, fighting attack usually. Wow. Oh, well, I guess you don't have to worry about Encore, right? Oh, so close. Heat Wave. Okay. We do lose our fake Zoroark. But if we land our Heat Wave, then they lose their Delphox. Okay, so we trade Zoroark for Delphox. And we got some chip on Charizard. Can't ignore that. I think we have to send in Whims here. Okay. Well, they can't both have the Focus Sash, so someone's going down here. Incen, okay, he can take this alright, I suppose. Okay, both have Tailwind. Mine did go first. It probably was just a speed tie unless they got some really nutty spread going on here. Okay, there's the Sash. I'm going to go to Garchomp and attempt to Encore on the Whimsicott. Assuming they're going to fake out Charizard here, but I could be wrong. They might Flare Blitz Whimsicott. That's not the end of the world either. Have no idea what the item is on Serena. Okay. So we knew it was at least a speed type, but they were probably going for Moonblast there. Nice. So in a position like this, we could just Earthquake. Incineroar is going to drop to this, I would think. Whimsicott's going to drop to it. And then we preserve our Sash on our Whimsicott. And if they want to switch in Serena, that's fine too. I think we're looking pretty clean here as well. Okay, they are going to switch. Mr. Beth Tackle says good luck, and I thank you very much for that. We're doing pretty good here. They are going to finally get a Intimidate off on the Garchomp. I think I care more about Garchomp not being intimidated than I do about Whimsicott being alive in the back, so I'm going to switch him out. Protect so we don't get fake out spammed. Okay, there goes our Sash. Probably Triple Axle coming in here. Yeah, and they're going to miss Triple Axle. So that is something they could be kind of, yeah, they could forfeit there. I think we were fine. I mean, they could have played at least towards the, like, overheat miss. So, like, all I had to do after them knocking out Whimsicott was use bring in Garchomp, spam Earthquake next to Charizard, and start overheating Serena. The Earthquake should probably have still killed Incineroar because he was only at 50% unintimidated. Serena, I guess, would have to play for like at least 2 overheat misses, I would imagine. And then just try to KO me with Triple Axle or something. Okay, I guess we keep going. Yes, it is. The Sushi Mate says the Triple Axle miss is highly demoralizing. It is terrible. If you've seen my Blastoise videos with Meowscarada on them, there's so many leads where the entire counterplay revolves around Meowscarada outspeeding like Aerodactyl and knocking him out with Triple Axle, and when that misses, it's like you just lose immediately. Oh no, not this again. Okay. Okay, we gotta do it again, guys. Garchomp in the back. That was alright, I guess. Is there any reason to bring Sneasler instead? Or even Farigiraf? Let's see. I guess we just use the Garchomp. I'm not sure if that's the call. Fear says he's got some Spider-Man 3 lore going on, if you guys are unfamiliar. Okay. Let's double right into this guy. So last time, they set up Rain Dance and Electro Shot. This time they're going to Light Screen. So they're going to take these sets way better. Okay, Whimsicott. Going to take some damage there. JG says, what's good, bro? Your Manectric team has been going awesome for me. Manectric is my fave mon. Manectric is my favorite of the original Mega Pokemon. And yeah, I really, really wanted to make sure I made a team with him. Even though the way I used to use him was totally different than the way he was used in that team. Okay, he's going to protect. Oh, he's probably just going to foul play Wims. Oh, just Rain Dance. Okay, cool. We're fine with this. I mean, it's a little complicated. Not going to pretend it's not a little complicated here. Okay. Some good damage there. Let's find out if a double up KOs here. Because we can't Encore Sableye, unfortunately, since he's a Dark type. Yeah, this, I'm not going to lie, this team, they went with something totally different, and they could have also, like, ran this very differently and knocked out Whimsicott. Wait, Sableye has no attacking moves, does he? Double screen, quash, and... Oh, okay, so he couldn't have knocked out Whimsicott. That's why. That makes sense. Okay, so that did 28, which means normally it should do about 50, 56 or so. Gotta make sure I know whether or not... Okay, he's still Encored. Okay, let's double up. Just gonna keep ignoring that guy. Oh my god, this is stupid. Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty much fine with that. Because Sableye can't hurt Whimsicott. The only thing is that They only have so many protects, so we won't be able to do this forever. Okay. All right, Pelipper's here. I'm just going to go after Pelipper. I think if we get Charizard in now, we're looking pretty good. Oh, I like that. Okay. Ah, stupid berry. Interesting. Okay. Okay, so they'll be able to take the sun away from us once. But you'll lose Sinistra. And then I think we can just win with like Overheat in the end game. Wait, they're not switching here, are they? You're just going for like a wide guard for no reason? No, I think we KO here as long as we don't miss. You got a special defense drop. Very cool. Okay, well, we're in the sun now. All right. We lost once with that other team I was testing, but Charizard's 2-0 so far. Sableye cannot hurt anybody, so that is like a relevant part to this. So Encore Whimsicott is doing pretty well so far. It is kind of fragile though. Like, I think you can probably tell that it did feel like we were like walking a tightrope. And if they just could have damaged... Well, they went after the Zoroark at a certain point over attacking Whimsicott. So I don't know. Maybe they ignored it because, again, I think once that Encore ended, that was going to basically be the end of it for us, because you can only Encore into a move as long as you can still use it. Like, I mean, if you're Encored and you run out of PP in the middle of it, you'll start struggling. But if... I guess I'm going to have to look up the mechanics exactly. There is some sort of complication where if I don't know if it's once they use struggle you can't use encore anymore, or if once they're out of PP. So like if he was out of protect PP altogether there, we might have not have been able to encore him again. But he might have had one more, and if that was the case, then he was kind of just super done for. Okay, I'll do another one. I'll probably go until I lose. We're at a pretty good rank right now. That was my phone probably, if you heard something. All right. Oh, wow. What a weird team. Oh, this is probably Charizard X. Okay. You got to call that out in the beginning. Otherwise, you'll get thrown for a loop. Oh, the Milotic make things tough, too, because we have Zoroark. Yeah, this might be the one where we get off. Let's see. I mean, we have tools into all the individual Pokemon. It's trying to line them up properly. Yeah, I agree with that. Coaching Sneasler, that makes sense. Alright, we're just going to try to go nuts with Zoroark, I guess. Usually works. Okay. Well, we can't do Icy Wind stuff anymore. I'm going to Hyper Voice and Rock Slide. Okay. Could lose Garchomp like immediately right now, if I'm being honest. But we also could flinch Milotic here. Oh no. Okay. Yeah. Wasn't a good lead. It was not a good lead. I didn't think they'd really go with Milotic, if I'm being honest, just because of the fact that Alright, let's make a hard call. You're Charizard X. And you're going to try to Dragon Dance. Even then, we're pretty much going to have to 2v4 with Wims and Charizard in the back. So this is probably going to be the last game. Such a weird team. I really needed to lead my own Zard. Interesting. Oh, do not want to live. That's pretty bad. It's pretty bad because Now I just can't save Zoroark. I'm just gonna let these guys drop. See if my Lodic is gonna Blizzard or not. Or recover. Recover would be the worst case scenario for sure. Yeah, that's really bad. We just can't damage Charizard X now. It's the thing. And they're staying in. So we are going to play in the sun. If they miss Blizzard on whims, and we have our Focus Sash intact, then Moonblast and maybe some like double up damage from the Charizard, we can maybe do something. They're gonna miss Whimsicott, okay. They missed double miss, okay. I mean, we're getting as good of a chance as we can. I just don't think these two can get us there. And actually it's looking almost equally as bad if this is Charizard Y, which Charizard Y can kind of just go on any team. Yeah. So if you're X here, you can kind of take your pick of like using Dragon Claw on Mizard or Flare Blitz on the Whimsicott. Okay, it is Y. So that's actually at this point probably the worst case scenario. Okay, special attack drop would have been nice. Oh, cool. Cool, cool, cool. Okay. They're faster. It's not enough, though. I mean, this is pretty over, but we're just trying to see if they mess up. Okay. It's good damage. And there's no way we can beat my Lodic if, yikes. I'm trying to think. You know what, let's just double protect and Heat Wave. Only thing, yeah, we really can't, oh, we failed. It doesn't matter. we were cooked on the lead. Yeah. Okay. And Basculegion. Yeah, we were pretty much done for. Let's look at this guy's team. I mean, they've got the Sneasler, he's very good. Basculegion's very good. Milotic's a good anti-lead into a lot of things. The Scissor and the Vanillix, though, is like, what the heck is this about? Vanillix was kind of like take it or leave it. He kind of dropped pretty easily, but the Scissor really threw me off. I don't even know why he was like, yeah, Vanillix, that's the guy to bring to this game. We'll forfeit because I don't want to watch Charizard go down for no reason. But overall pretty good, especially since we started out with a team that was not my cup of tea for sure. So we're going to end at 236 or 2036. I was intending to play Blastoise, but we played Charizard for a while. So I guess we'll end our kind of stream here taking a look at Blastoise. Maybe we'll try him out tomorrow. Actually tomorrow. Yeah, I could stream again tomorrow, assuming nothing else comes up. I really like this core here. Aegislash is the one that I felt like wasn't really pulling its weight recently. So I wouldn't mind putting Pelipper on the team. Just so I don't have to just... My experience playing Blastoise before was that I could deal a lot of damage to Charizard in the sun, even without having rain or anything. So I just kind of fought through it. And it actually worked out. I think when I streamed yesterday, the Charizard matchup we won. And I don't know if it's like complete luck or not, but Charizard tends to not KO Blastoise with a Solar Beam. And as you can see, I have very minimal bulk in special defense and HP, but we do tend to live that a lot, and a lot of times that's all I need is Blastoise to stick around and start using Dark Pulse and stuff like that. But having Pelipper would be cool. I do like Pelipper a little bit more when we have a pivot Pokemon, so maybe we could put U-Turn on Meowscarada. The only problem with that is that these 4 moves are like really ideal for so many different reasons. Low Sweep having really good speed control came up in my matches yesterday. Flower Trick and Triple Axle are like basically non-negotiable, especially since Flower Trick deals with a lot of the most problematic Pokemon that Blastoise doesn't want to deal with. And then Throat Chop, it would be Throat Chop if I had to drop 1, but this is like our only Dark attack on the team, and Dark is just so good right now. So we'll have to consider it. I mean, I don't mind dropping moves that seem like they're auto includes if it is the right call. Some reason I'm missing an EV on this guy. So we'll consider that. I mean, we could even try it around. The cool thing about like U-Turn on a super fast Scarf Pokemon is that if Charizard sets up Sun, Meowscarada will actually get out of there and set up the rain. And then if Charizard goes for a Solar Beam, he'll be stuck charging the Solar Beam in the rain. So it's actually really good. But then you have to make sure you don't U-turn into a Protect or anything like that, because that could be pretty bad too. Flow State saying, great content, you're the man, good luck. Thank you very much. We're actually just wrapping up here. I'm pretty much done for the night. We went on a pretty good run. I think we had a 5-win streak at the end there before we lost the last one to a unique looking Charizard Y team. I guess it wasn't, looking at it at the end, team preview, it looked really crazy to me, but it did have a lot of standard picks with like 2 kind of wonky guys on the back end of the team. So yeah, we're going to try again tomorrow. Definitely on the Charizard train still. I'm going to try to cook up a new team. I do have some videos recorded of a Venusaur team that probably will end up going up this weekend. I do want to put up some more guides. A Charizard Y guide should be coming up eventually. And I guess basically any Pokemon that I've used the Mega for, I would like to make a guide for eventually. So I'll keep working on that. My schedule and everything's going to open up pretty soon here. A couple weeks from now, actually less than 2 weeks from now, I should have a lot more time. So definitely expect more casual streams popping up where we're just going to ladder a bit and testing out some teams, as well as kind of using teams I definitely feel comfortable with and just seeing how high we can get. But until next time, guys. Flow State. I added Hisuian Zoroark to my Charizard Y team thanks to you loving it. Yeah, he's very good. Especially if your team doesn't give away Zoroark. So like this team right here, nobody has abilities that announce themselves upon switch in. That's part of the reason why it's so good. Another reason it's good is, or another way it can be very good is if you have Pokemon that pressure in a very unique way. So in kind of like outside of the top 10,000 in Master Ball, it felt like I could lead Zoroark Charizard very easily, and they wouldn't really do anything to like be able to counter it. But then once you get pretty high up, people will, if you don't give them a reason to not protect, they'll just protect with both of their Pokemon and scout to see if it's Zoroark. And then if you're just sitting there using Icy Wind with like a fake Charizard using, if you're just using Icy Wind as a Charizard, they know what it is. And it's not nearly as good. Like if you don't have the surprise factor, basically Zoroark is like he's a pretty suboptimal Pokemon. If you don't have the surprise, he's just kind of like a glass cannon. And if you know it's going to happen, all anyone has to do is lead King Gambit and Sucker Punch into him, and it's kind of lights out. So if you have him faking as Whimsicott in later matches or higher up ladder matches, they'll be less likely to protect. You're also less likely to Sucker Punch Whimsicott. You can also pretend you're a Farigiraf if you don't want to get hit with a Sucker Punch, stuff like that. We didn't bring Farigiraf at all today, but he is pretty helpful into certain matches, especially the Trick Room matchup. So the Imprisoned Trick Room is really valuable because this team really can't handle Trick Room. If you can't block them from using it, you're probably going to get swept. So yeah, and speaking of which, Trick Room is one of the things on my radar. I haven't made a Trick Room team yet for Champions, and I do like Trick Room. I enjoy having it. Usually I have it on a team where it's more of an option than a hard strategy, but I would like to cover some Mega Pokemon that specifically basically need Trick Room, like Camerupt and Mega Crabominable. So I might try that soon. Sushi saying thanks through the stream. Nice job beating the Arc matchup with Zard. Yeah, the second matchup I think was way cleaner than the first one. The first one got pretty complicated, and I thought we were going to actually lose at one point. So glad that we worked that out. But yeah, thanks for checking in, guys. And until next time, happy battling.